Housewives. Hey, hey, y'all! It's California Cutie here. I want you guys to come join me. So, always, you know. Hey. What it do, booze? Hello there. I am California Cutie. Don't adjust your screens. I am light skinned. What's up, cuties? What it do? What's going on? Oh, y'all, I am having a great day. How about yourselves? I hope I'm catching you guys on a good day. Okay. We are back. My girls are back. Okay. The infamous Housewives, no, the real Housewives of Potomac is back, y'all. Okay, so we are so happy for the girls to be back. You guys know, if you guys been watching for the seasons that I've been watching, all 10, I've been watching from day one. I am a day oneer, okay. That last year or earlier this year, that Karen had went to prison, and nobody was happy to see that happen to her. But the journey is over. She is out of prison, and I'm not sure she's gonna be on this season, even though we opened up with a little bit of her. We didn't get a visual on her face, but we did see it's her, and we'll get into all of that good stuff. Okay, make sure before we get into any of that, let's make sure that you have liked the video. Like the video is very important, guys. So that's a really cheap and easy, not cheap, I shouldn't say that because that sounds crazy. No, it is the most freest and easiest way to support my channel. It puts me in the algorithms. It lets people know that I'm here. I just want a piece of hair. Okay, I got it too. Ain't that so hair? Anyway, so it lets people know that I'm here, and then yeah, puts me in other people's algorithms. Okay, so that's why we need you to hit the like button as soon as you can, because sometimes you get in and you might come in late and you might get enthralled. Doesn't work, I'm old, y'all. Sometimes I don't say the correct word. But anyway, you might, get invested in what you're watching instead of hitting the like button. So make sure that you come in and hit the like button. You really should be doing that if you see it at the beginning. If you're here at the beginning of the show, then you should be already hitting the like button when the song come on. My intro, sex thing, girl look good. Yeah, her. Yeah, okay. So anyway, all I do want y'all to know is that we are here, okay, for the Real Housewives of Potomac recap and review, season 10, episode 1, season opener, okay, and it is entitled Second Bloom, okay. That is what is entitled. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. Let me get my notes. No, let me get my girls up first. Let's do them. Let's get them up. You guys know we got some new girls, okay? Because Miss Karen was not here to film. They started filming, I think, 2 days. Well, I should say Giselle filmed 2 days after Karen was sentenced, and then 2 months later they pick up. So that's where we're gonna pick up from. But we do have some new ladies that are joining our cast. So you guys already know Giselle's in the middle. You guys see Ashley. I don't know which way the TV or your phone is gonna look, but Ashley is the light skinned one, shortest to her, going down that way. And then we have Kiarna, and we call her Kay. And then we have a newbie at the end there, and that is Angel. Okay, Angel comes in by way of Giselle. She's I'm sorry. Angel comes in by, I put her where she's supposed to be at. Angel comes in by way of Kay. Kay and Angel have been friends for nearly 20 years. So we'll get into that. And then we go back the other way and we have Wendy, and then we have Stacy, and then we have another newbie, and that would be Miss Tia Glover. Okay, so and she comes in by way of Giselle. Okay, so that's how that's gonna happen. And I'm not sure if I said Angel. Oh, I hope I say her name. I think it's Massey. Her, I think I said it right. It's Massie. So Massey is what I'm gonna say until they say it on TV. That's what I'm gonna say. All right. So let's get right into. Oh, don't forget to share me with your peoples. Share me with your peoples. If this your first time here, please subscribe to my channel. We're trying to grow my channel over here, and we're trying to do some things, and I'm trying to, give you guys content. I'm reviewing a few shows right now. I have the Braxton starts tonight, so I will be putting I'll have four um different things that I'm reviewing. So, okay, so get yourself subscribed to my channel so you can see what I'm gonna bring to y'all. Okay, so let's get into, like I said, Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 1, Second Bloom. All right, so it's September 2nd, 2025, 10 a.m. Karen, who is not on the show right now, but y'all know the Grand Dame, okay, if you've been watching. The Grand Dame is released from prison on September 2nd, 2025. Present day right now, it is October 10. It's 10/10/25, okay? Just to put it in perspective. And so, and like I said, this is the first episode. So September 2nd, 2025, Karen is released. She's 6 months early. 6 months earlier, Karen was sentenced to 1 year prison. She was found guilty on 7 counts of her DUI related to her car crash a month prior. So now it's March 1st, 2025, 2 days after Karen's sentencing. So this is where we pick up. We pick up with Giselle. So Giselle's talking about how, she's just walking around the house and talking out loud. Because she's an empty nester. She ain't nobody there. So anyway, Giselle is talking about how she doesn't want Karen to go to jail, but she knows she has to because she doesn't want her to have, like 50 more or 10 more, or just to be realistic, even one more DUI. Because thank goodness she didn't unalive anybody, and she didn't unalive herself. She just hit a tree. So, thank goodness for that. And we don't want her to ever have to go through that again. So that's where Giselle was, talking about. So Ashley comes over and Giselle tells her that she hopes that Karen can be like in a, like a senior citizen section of the jail. This fool, Ashley gonna say, yeah, like the ARP section, yeah. But neither one of them had smiles on their face, so they was really serious. So I believe they meant that in the kindest, shadiest way. And so I don't think they'll put her in regular population. I'm sure we'll find out if she comes back to the show. So, and find out exactly what was going on. But I don't. And if they did, Karen is an older woman. It wasn't nothing about to happen to Karen. Literally, not to my knowledge, not that I could think of. So Giselle says that she invited Wendy, Stacy, and Kay over. Ashley said she and Stacy took their kids out on a play date. Right? Yeah, they took each other on a play date. I mean, they went on a play date, and they showed a picture of the kids, and there was a age gap, but nonetheless, I'm sure they had a good time. They could have went to the movies for all we know. But Stacy has a daughter. Her daughter, I think, is 12 or 13, maybe. And so, and then, Ashley's kids are probably about 5 and 6, or maybe 5 and 7, or maybe 8 and 6, somewhere in there. Okay. This one here is going to drive me nuts because it's on my eyelash. Okay, hopefully I get you. Okay. And I apologize if my stuff is lagging. I think StreamYard is trying to tell me something. Anywho, hopefully they're not, but hopefully this one comes in better because my last one, I had checked it and it did not look good. It was lagging. So it looks like I'm lagging to me on my own stream. So my apologies now if it is. Okay, so Ashley said she wanted to see if Stacey's story would change about TJ being hired as her love interest last season. Y'all already know how that went. That was crazy. TJ gonna tell the guys during the reunion that he was hired by um, Stacey and that she hadn't paid him, and so that just blew the whole setup. Ashley says Stacey is still denying it, and Giselle or Ashley, they ain't buying what she putting down. Nobody believes it, right? So Wendy and Kay pull up. They're ringing the doorbell, and I guess because Ashley and Giselle were talking, they didn't hear it, so they just walk on in. And so it seems that Stacey is arriving, but Giselle says before Stacey gets there, it's funny how Stacey went and got your car, Ashley, and Ashley's like, "Oh no, that's a loaner," and Giselle's like, "Oh okay," because it's a little Audi, a little Audi. I feel like it's an SUV, a small SUV, but it's a little Audi truck, I think, and Giselle was like, "Oh, okay." But then Ashley followed it up with, "But she is getting one that she says is getting custom made." I was like, "What's gonna be custom made about it?" I wonder. Do you know what? Anywho, yeah. So Kay said she spent TJ's money on that car. The shade. So what I don't know what word I just put, grease the ladies. Oh, I think it says Stacy, but for whatever reason didn't says that. Stacy comes in, she greets all the ladies. They discuss on how they really can't believe that Karen went to prison, but that they all need time to really process what's really going on. And then Ashley kind of mumbles under her breath, I just really can't comment. I mean, I can't really get over the Thomas Jefferson concubine. And they was like, wait, what? And so, everybody was like, yeah, yeah, that was, I think that took everybody by surprise. That's not just Ashley was taken aback or didn't know what to do with that. I think we all was just like, what? I hate when my little stuff is trying to come. And I don't even got a big forehead, but you just crawling. Okay, whatever you want to do. Do what you got to do. So anyway, they all laughed about that. Ashley brings up TJ. She asks Stacey, so what's going on with that situation? And of course, Stacey's still deny. She's just not even trying to hear none of that. And she gets frustrated. She's getting frustrated. She thinks that the girl's going to bring it up every time they see each other. And, that does start getting a little stale, a little old, especially when you think that you're over it and everybody else don't think everybody else is still like, no, girl, we're not. So I don't know. Giselle says, oh no. So, yeah, they're gonna bring it up every time. Giselle says, well, in this group, we all take accountability for what we've done, and then we move on. I was like, do y'all, or do it sometimes take a little minute, or sometimes now that you don't have your sidekick, now you take accountability a lot faster? I don't know. Y'all telling me in the comments. That's how I'm feeling. So, Kate ain't gonna Kay's ain't got no time for Stacey shenanigans. She calls her out about the reunion, telling her she couldn't even squeeze out no tears out of them big ass eyes, or no, she said beady eye. She said, you couldn't even squeeze out no tears out them beady eyes. And I was like, ooh, girl, okay. And so, yeah, so she was like, I don't believe it. I don't believe nothing that come out of her mouth. Stacy can't believe that Kay, of all people, is coming for her. She just can't believe it's Kay because Kay doesn't even have a personality. She's so vanilla, is what Stacy said about Kay, y'all. She said that Kay is vanilla and she has no personality. I think you are projecting and it's you, honey. Stacy's mad because she's not gonna take accountability. That's different. Like, where they do that at? You mad at the group because everybody knows what you did, and you're mad because you're not just gonna say, you know what, y'all got me. My bad. I can't pull the wool over your eyes. Like, just say what you gotta say, girl. Ain't nobody caring like that. Caring like that. Yeah, but she's sticking to her guns. So she gets up and walks off. And so Giselle said, did she leave? Because, and everybody's like, yeah, she left. She walked off, whatever. And so Giselle said, yeah, because we was, she says, because we saw the receipts. She says they ran into a lady, her and Ashley ran into a lady at the Essence Black Women in Hollywood event after the reunion. Okay, this is right after their reunion. They stayed in LA and they went to this event, and some lady showed up with receipts on her phone that said that TJ is not only suing Stacy, but is taking 50% of her earnings to pay him. Wendy starts grabbing Kay. Kay like, girl, bitch, get off me. I was like, dang, that was me, Kay. I ain't know. I thought y'all was cool. But, I was like, okay. Yeah, Kay was like, don't grab me. And so it's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good for Stacy at this point. Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. And she's not there to defend herself, so we have no idea, to be completely honest, what's going on there. So I'm almost positive we're gonna circle back. So 2 months later, May 1st, 2025, Wendy is talking about remodeling her home. She's about to redo her floors, and then she wants to do this marble fireplace. And Eddie is, taking down the notes on, and he looks at the ceiling and he said, wait a minute. He said, well, that ceiling is like that wall is like the highest wall here. She was like, yeah, it's 19 feet. So they gonna have 19 feet of marble? Thanks. That's a lot. That is a lot, y'all. I don't know how much marble costs a square feet, but yikes. That's a lot. So anyway, the crazy part is that when she said that Happy Eddie's doing well, and when she says Happy Eddie, she means his marijuana line. Why are you lagging, my love? I can see it lagging. I'm so sorry, y'all. A minute, I'm gonna pull myself off so y'all can't see me. Anyway, yeah, she, that's Happy Eddie is his marijuana line. And here go Wendy talking about, yeah, his Happy Eddie is doing well. So they just gonna use the little drug money. I said, yikes, that sounds crazy, but it don't sound crazy because they like the Huxtables. She's a doctor, not a doctor of medicine, but she's a doctor, and he's a lawyer. They the Huxtables. Reversed. Anyway, excuse me. So Stacy is meeting someone at the restaurant. She gives this mystery man a hug and a kiss, asked him, why is he looking at her like that? And he says, because she looks beautiful. And kind of find out, y'all, why is she sitting there with her ex-husband? I think his name is Thiemo. If I'm saying it incorrectly, sir, I apologize. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to read it. It's Thiemo. Anyway, that's crazy as it sounds, because we know that he was taking her through the ringer for the divorce. So it's crazy to see them together, but okay, maybe they are just meeting up for the child's sake, even though the child's not there. But maybe it has something to do with baby girl, who ain't such a baby, but maybe. So anyway, she is back with her ex-husband. That's what it says on my notes. Um, she's glowing. She says she is really happy. They decided to spend Christmas 2024 together as a family for their daughter, Arabella. Their divorce was finalized on that trip. So with that, they decided that even though they are rekindling their relationship, that they're not going to tell their daughter. They're just prioritizing date. They're just prioritizing date nights and spending time with one another, outside of spending time as a family with Arabella, because now she knows that they at least have literally divorced and are not together. So instead of confusing her, or if this does go sour for any reason, God forbid, if they really want to be together, we don't want that to happen. But if it happened, then it wouldn't be like giving her this false hope and then turning around and tearing it off, tearing it up from her. So I think that's a good idea. I think more parents should do that when they are rekindling their relationship. Stacy says she should have wrote a book basically on relationship. PMO there says no, there's a lot of books out there. You just should have you should have just read one. You should have read one of those books. That was funny to me. She said, "You are right." And I said, "Yeah, no, he's more than right." He's more than right. That was a good one though. So it looks like I put looks like absence does make the heart grow fonder when it comes to these two. So now we head over to Kiarna's condo. We call her Kay because some people can't say Kiarna, but the Ki in her name is Key, and then Arna, Kiarna. Um, so her mom comes over and checks out her new living quarters. Kiarna says that last year she has some really dark moments, but she's moved out and ended her relationship with Greg. Should we give that an applause? Give it an applause. You know why? Because Greg was showing his ass on TV, and she said to us that he's not the TV type. Then do like other people that's not TV types. Don't come on TV. Just saying. Anyway, but 3 months later, after they broke up, Greg saw that Kiarna was serious about the breakup, so he invited her to Jamaica for them to talk. So her mom asked her, "How did Jamaica go?" She said they talked, but they are not officially back together, but they're in a good place. The mom doesn't think that Greg is a good fit, and neither do us, mommy, with her beautiful self. My goodness, her mother is gorgeous, just like Kiarna. They look just like y'all. They are both gorgeous. Hello. Okay. So yeah, she don't think Greg is a good fit for her daughter. She thinks that the relationship is too, I put tiny, but I think I'm toxic. And she didn't like who her daughter was in that season when she was with Greg. So we get a clip of Kay out with her brother and her sister-in-law, and they also agree that Greg is the one that made the family feel the way they feel. So back at with mom, the mom says she just want her daughter to know that she's a queen and should be treated as such. And on that side note, I agree. I mean, on that note, I agree. Okay, like I already told y'all, the mom and the daughter are twin and they're beautiful, the both of them. So now we go over to Wendy's and her family's house. Like I told you guys earlier, Happy Eddie is doing very well. So they're starting to do these things where they are starting to put clips into, just not fillers, but like little clips. So earlier when I said she was looking at um, doing the marble and stuff, um, to do her redo her remodeling her house, that was like a little small clip. So now that we're back over there, I don't want y'all to be like, why are you flip flopping? This is how they do it on the show, child. Sometimes I like it because they don't even go back into the scene and it's just like a good clip of whatever was going on in that scene. So kind of like that. But let's get into this scene, y'all. Like hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Happy Eddie is doing well. And I mean, the business, right? The business, Happy Eddie is doing well. Let's be clear. Okay. Happy Eddie is doing so well that now they're expanding to New Jersey. Okay. So Eddie is on his way to go see the facility that Happy Eddie will be housed in and what they, different products that they make. And so come to find out, Eddie has three, I won't even say locations, but he has his Happy Eddie product in 3 states now. So I'm sure that there are states where it's legal. I don't know if they're out here. I haven't seen any because I am an advocate of marijuana and I buy legally. So I haven't seen Happy Eddie yet pop up on my stuff, but hey, we'll see. I hope it does. And so Wendy brings up the fact that Happy Eddie is inspiring, not only to her to step out of the different things, step out on different things. She stepped out before on candles like Karen. Oh, I mean, did I say that? I meant she stepped out on her candle line. I don't know how good it did, but she was making candles. And for her to come from, I think she was on CNN, her have her 4 degrees, her have working at the university, all those prestigious things, for her to step out on that kind of thing, trying to be an entrepreneur and add some more things under her belt, nobody's mad at that, but you know, she said that her husband is inspiring not only her, but evidently Stacy too. Because remember last year during the reunion, Giselle has said that she heard that Stacy was gonna get into the marijuana industry as well. Now let's be clear, the marijuana industry is a $1 billion industry, not million, billion. And because it grows from the earth, from the dirt, the soil, and it's abundance of. You can have an abundance of, not me specifically, just you can have abundance of, and there's so much land. So, it's a big industry. And last I checked, Happy Eddie did not start or stop. It didn't start or stop with Happy Eddie. I'm just saying, I've been talking for almost over 30 years. So I'm trying to figure out, I ain't never seen Happy Eddie still. So he ain't started nothing and he doesn't own no rights to the marijuana industry. So when they say like Stacy was trying to get in the industry, so what? She can do that. I'm trying to get in the industry too. So what you gonna do? Be mad at me? Good luck in my Jamie That's Me voice. Shout out to her. All right, so we get Ashley and she finally, is in a scene. I think she arrived at a dress shop, a clothing store, and she looking good. I mean, Ashley been looking good since she, lost those pounds. And I mean her husband. And so yeah, Ashley's been doing her thing. She looks great. And she says after 3 long, 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 long 3 long, long, long years, she's finally and officially divorced. I think that really need an applause. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. Okay. And it looks like our girl, not mine, because sometimes she gets on my nerve, but in this moment, our girl made out with $20 million in her divorce. Cha 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 ching, chingaling, ching ching ching. Okay, I'm just saying. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Yes, yes, that's a lot of money. So the girl came up like a fat rat in the cheese warehouse. Okay, so yeah. So she meets up with Stacy. Stacy comes to the dress shop right before Stacy walks into the dress shop. She burps, and I get it. Maybe she just ate, But it's like when they do stuff like that, when the producers get like messy with you like that, I'm wondering if they don't like you or is there significance behind it. And she's so small, y'all. She is, and she's shaped like both ways. Yikes. I mean, I'm not one to talk. I'm not hips and dips and chains and whips either. But what I am is curvier than her. And that's not saying a whole lot because I'm not real curvy. Anyway, they're at the dress shop so that they're shopping for the second bloom ball that Ashley is having. Okay, what is that? Because that's the title of the episode as well. So let me see what I wrote about. Which is the second bloom ball, which is celebrating her second chapter in life. The first chapter being married with kids, and the second chapter being divorced and starting from there. Ashley is really trying to give Stacy a chance after their rough start. Ashley says, how can she be a friend if she really doesn't know her? So I guess she's trying to get to know her. They show Stacy being invited to the second uh, Blossom Ball. And she got like a little trumpet player dude there, and then she got a guy. I don't know if he's reading off of a scroll, but picture a guy just, well dressed in a tuxedo. I mean, both of them. Well, the scroll reader was more dressed like in a costume. The trumpet player was in a tuxedo, I believe. But however, they were dressed nice and, it looked like, something out the 1800s or something. I don't know. I don't know my timing, child. But what it was a cute way to invite the ladies to the ball. It was like Cinderella-ish. Cinderella-ish. Okay. So Ashley brings up the fact that she wished they would have left Giselle's house the other day. She said she wished she wouldn't have left Giselle's house the other day because she was trying to tell her that they met up with some actress at the black woman, the Essence black woman in Hollywood, luncheon. And so she said that they wanted to talk to her. This lady, an actress, wanted to talk to Giselle and Ashley. She said, yeah, she showed them legal documents of TJ suing her. Now, at first, Stacy doesn't know what to say, right? She's like, deer in headlights, okay? Stacy, she kind of gets frustrated because remember, she gets frustrated very easy, especially when you bring up this. Because remember, she said, every time they see me, they're going to bring this up. I'm like, girl, just tell them the truth and they'll leave you alone. That's how it really works. Goofy. So anyway, so yeah, she's getting frustrated. Ashley, so she's getting frustrated at Ashley. So she just directly says, "You're still, um, you're still gonna maintain to me that you're." This is Ashley saying to Stacy, "You're still maintaining that this is the truth." that you're telling me the truth? Stacy says, yeah. No, Stacy says, I've been telling the truth. And even TJ has apologized. She's like, TJ apologized to me. And then we moved on. She's so dramatic. And so she's like, and he's gone on his way, and I'm in a different space. So my question is, if he apologized to you, what did he apologize? What was the apology? Because that's what you should have said to her. Like, if he apologized for lying. He apologized for accusing. He apologized for suing. What did he apologize for, girl? Still, like, yeah. Okay. Anyway, Ashley is calling Stacy fraud, that she doesn't trust anything that come out of her mouth, and Stacy is pissed because Ashley asked if she was divorced. She said yes. Ashley said, no, well, I Googled you. Well, that Google will get you every time. Google will get your ass in trouble. It's worse than the social media. They Google your ass. You're going to jail. Shout out to Erica De Niro. No, literally, it's crazy. Like, they Google for everything, anything. All your business is on Google. So anyway, she said she Googled it, and it was nowhere to be found in the database. And marriage and divorce pretty much is public. It's public record, so anybody can go look at it. So in the confessional, we get Stacy saying, why she Googling me? She needs to be Googling a voice coach. I said, true. True. So she needs to be, yeah, you need to be Googling a voice coach. I said, yikes. Okay, that's good. So we get Stacy yet again walking off. Ashley said she should have been the one to walk off, the way that girl was blowing her hot breath on her. I was like, oh no, not the hot breath. Lord have mercy. Here we go. Remember, she did belch before she walked in there, which means she probably had some lunch and didn't have a breath mint, a piece of gum, or nothing. Some rinse out your mouth, some Listerine, anything, a Listerine strip, or nothing, some water. I don't know, y'all. It's just weird. So next we get Giselle. She is a happy empty nester. She looks good too. Giselle looks great. So she ends up calling Ashley, all pumped up about the second bloom party, the second bloom ball. She's all excited about it. And so Ashley ends up telling her, yeah, Stacy won't be coming. I mean, and Giselle's like, dang, we were just all together, and I know she walked out, but what happened? And she said, we met, she basically told her what happened when they met up and how it went left and how Stacy exit stage left again. So now we get Kay meeting up with Angel. Angel is our newbie. She's over here next to Kiarna, who is next to Ashley. So it's Giselle, Ashley, Kiarna, and now Miss Angel. Okay. So we meet up with Angel, one of our newest. Okay. She's pretty. She is. She's really pretty. She's an entrepreneur. She's also a wife to a retired Denver Bronco player. His name is Bobby Massey. They have 2 children. Kush. I don't know if his name is Kush because it looked like, it looked like Kush, or could it be Kush? Because I'm thinking about Hush, Kush. He's 4, and then I think the baby girl name is Gaia. It's either Gaia or Gaia, but I think it's Gaia. So anyway, they have the 2 children. And so Kay and Angel have been friends for at least 20 years. So they go back to like when they were like 18, 19 years old. Angel was Kay's client at one time. Then they became business partners. Angel also worked for BET at a time, so I'm sure she was able to go to all the good BET things. Her and Kay, so she would call Kay up for that kind of stuff. Angel also is a journalist, and you know, did I say she has a yeah, I said two, yeah, I said she has two kids. Yeah, I should. Okay. So she was saying that the people's misconception of her is that she's a bitch. And she also thinks that she has a resting bitch face. I don't think she got a resting bitch face. I didn't see that, but she says she's a girl's girl, and that her girlfriends come to her for advice. So if that is true, I would take that as yes, she's a girl's girl. I would definitely take that as a girl's girl if people come to you for advice. Because people that are not girls, they don't come to you for advice. Just that's facts. So Angel is originally from Maryland, so she loves being back home. Um, so Kay had popped over to her house, so they're about to go hiking. And so Angel and her husband, we find out that they own a place called Wonderland. No, I'm sorry, it's called Wonder. Oh yes, Wonder. I wonder if it's called Wonderland or Wonderland, and it's just spelled with an A. Maybe it's Wonderland. And anyway, it's an outdoor guide experience. And so I looked it up. It is amazing. And it's uh the business is in Colorado. So it's already Colorado is beautiful. I've driven through Colorado. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so this place that they have is luxury, like outdoorsy things to do, like horseback riding, fly fishing, and they have meditation and hikes and stuff like that. So, so they're opening up another one in Maryland, where they're at now. So that would be a good reason to come back and then give back to their community. I think that's pretty amazing. I think it's dope. I think it's real dope. So Angel mom passed. Um, I'm thinking pretty recently. I can't remember, but I'm thinking relatively recently. And she said meditation is very important. It helped in the healing of going through her mom transitioning. So, and it keeps her grounded in present time. So I think that this Angel is going to be good for the group, especially if she, you know, Wendy calls herself Zen Wind, but maybe that's Angel's thing, you know? So we'll see how that goes. So Angel says that she's already caught up to speed with Giselle because they're walking with their hike. And so so now she brings up Ashley. Angel says Ashley was a bottle girl for her back in the day. And so they show a picture of Ashley back in the day, probably like 2013, where she was a bottle girl at a club or whatever. So then Kay brings up Wendy, and Angel also said she knows her. I'm like, dang girl, who you don't know? But she don't know Ashley per se. She just said that she was a bottle girl at a club. But she says, but with Wendy, they both went to Temple College, and so or university, excuse me, yeah, Temple University. And so with that, she said Wendy was on her way out, which means she was a senior, and Angel was a freshman. And so she said that the lady, Angel's big sister, who they paired her up with, I'm sure when they pledged, so Angel's big sister was Wendy's roommate, right? I hope that made sense to you guys, because wow. So Wendy's roommate was Angel's big sister when she first was a freshman. Okay. All right. We got it. And so Angel said they didn't run in the same circles, but she did know that Wendy was a go-getter and that she dressed in suits every day in them halls. So uh, I said, okay. So Kay shares with Angel how Wendy had been having little microaggressions towards her, and she tells her that in LA, Wendy, um, well, let's do it this way. Kay was a sponsor for some event. She called Wendy to tell her that she was a sponsor at said event, and come to find out, I'm sorry, y'all. Wait, hold on. When they were in LA, how Wendy was see. Yeah, okay. So while Wendy was acting at an event, she saw Kay and didn't greet her um, with a hug or anything. It's okay. Um, okay, things she's been. Oh, so when I'm voice texting, it says different things. It said okay, but it says, I'm sorry, it says so. Kay thinks that Wendy is being passive aggressive, and she's taking offense to it. So she says she's taking offense to some of the run-ins with Wendy, on and off camera. So Wendy, she said Wendy gets a little dismissive. Kay said it makes her question her character a little bit because you can't be the same person consistently, and she doesn't expect that from her friend. Angel said she should just ask her, just ask her about it. Kay said she was going to. I was like, and the way Kay said it, she was like, "Oh, I was going to. Oh no, no, I definitely was going. I definitely was going to." And she was like, "Yeah, because it's throwing me totally off." So, Mm-mm. So, okay, we're at the second blossom. What is it? It's called the second blossom. All this blooming things going around me. Anyway, it was called the second bloom. So it's the day of the second bloom ball, and none of the girls really know what that really means. They get them at different times in the confession. Like, yeah, I don't know what it means, but I explained to you guys earlier what it meant. It's a second chance at what she got going on. That she's divorcing. It's a new chapter in her life, but she's just calling it a second bloom because her first bloom was the babies and being married. All right, Angel is excited to meet the girls and have form her own opinion. She's going to the ball with Kay. Of course, we get Giselle. She's the lady in red. She looks really, really gorgeous. She looks really pretty, and I love when she pulls her hair up instead of down all the time. So I really can see her face. She looks really, really pretty. Da, 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 da. So yes, she comes in with our other newbie, Tia, who is at the end next to Stacy on the opposite end of the other newbie. I got both the newbies at the end. So now we're talking about Tia, right? So she's coming in with Giselle. Um, and Giselle says that she is a refined lady who she bonded over because they both have a set of twins. Now, let me tell y'all, let's be clear. Tia, she ain't a punk. Okay. And when I say that, I mean it like she don't like to fight being a punk. I'm saying like she ain't no punk because she's like a high-end realtor. So she's in real estate. And the houses that she showed us was like 15,000 square feet, and it was beautiful. And I was like, okay, girl, you sell the real deal, okay? So she's from London, okay? She has the London accent. I can't do it, so I'm not even gonna try it. And she said if she could be a Spice Girl, she would be Posh Spice. And I was like, girl, okay, so that means you bougie. Like Megan said, bougie. Okay, so yeah, she said she would be Posh Spice. But that's not why she said that. She said the reason why she would be Posh Spice because when she was younger, they owned some Rolls Royces, and they showed pictures of her family. I don't know if it was her family now and the kids, but they was all, it was cute. The little house. I think it's her and her children, but it's cute. They was cute. So Tia, our newbie, she comes from royalty, guys. She's from royalty, but her royalty is from her Nigerian side, okay? So her grandfather was a prince. I don't know how to say his name, but he was a prince. And then her mom is Her Royal Highness. Her mom's name is Yetunde Abraham. Okay, so that makes our newbie a princess, y'all. That makes her a princess. Okay. So anyway, I think that's dope. I think that's dope. I think that's dope. Okay, so they walk up, and that would be Tia and Giselle. They walk up, and they are greeted by some lady with a whole flower. I don't know. She looked like she about to start like that, but but okay, it's for the theme. It's a it's a balloon party, flowers themed. Okay, it's flower themed. Okay, so the lady was dressed from flowers from head to toe. So Giselle gonna say, "Oh, is this Bridgerton?" Like, shut up, Giselle. Quiet. Old girl was like, "Oh, no, it's just a spring thing." I was like, "Shut, both of y'all be quiet. Stop talking. Just let them walk up the damn stairs." So when they get upstairs, Charisse is there, and Giselle introduces Tia to Charisse. I'm tired of I'm tired of Charisse's hair. Get a new style, get a new wig, get a new something. That wig was stiff, and I didn't like it. Sorry, Charisse. Anyway, Angel and Kay arrived. Giselle met Angel a week before the ball. Okay, you heard me? You heard what I said? Angel and Kay arrived. Giselle met Angel a week before the ball. So she was happy when she saw her. And then who do we get that pulls up? Stacy. Stacy pulls up, y'all. Remember, she wasn't coming. Well, at least that's what Ashley had told Giselle. So it was okay. She's there. So we get a flashback of Ashley calling Stacy up and asking her if she was gonna come to the ball, even after they last meeting, because you already know she walked out. Stacy walked out. And so Stacy, I feel for it. Okay. Anyway, she's so yeah, we get the flashback of her inviting her. So she said she was gonna come. Anyway, Giselle, Tia, Angel, and Kay are standing there, and they're all introducing each other to each other or whatever. And so Stacy walks up, and when she walks up, she says hi to Tia, who's standing there, and no, Angel. Yeah, she's standing. Stacy says hello to Angel, and when she says hello to Angel, Kay is standing right there, but Kay felt like she didn't really acknowledge her, so Kay got to hello Stacy all in her face, and Stacy was like, "Hey," but it was kind of fake. It was like, "Yeah." Anywho, we get a picture of some dude named AJ that says he is her best friend. If I ain't seen that somewhere before, but the letters was T and J. What's going on? I need to know what's going on, y'all. I really need to know what's going on. What is really going on, okay? Because my head is hurting. For real. Like, seriously, that's exactly how we were introduced to TJ. We were introduced to him as the best friend. He's my best friend. He's my best friend. We don't kiss because he's my best friend. Girl. Anyway, you see they didn't introduce him. It said it in his caption. So you already know. they already know better. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. So anyway, Wendy comes in, and Wendy comes in with this periwinkle ball gown on, and they are at a ball, so she's well within her right. It's like a Cinderella ball gown. It's pretty. I thought it was a pretty dress. And so she hugs everybody. She hugs everyone. She says, before she hugs Tia, not Tia, before she hugs Angel, she hugs her and then she like, oh, a familiar face. Angel's like, um, they end up hugging when she acknowledged that, oh wow, this is a familiar face. So producers asked Wendy in her confessional, oh, did you know her? Did you know this lady? She was like, no, that's why I said a familiar face. But of course now she knows who she is. And so she's like, yeah, we didn't run in the same circles, but she definitely is a familiar face. So now it's time for Ashley to come on out and do her grand entrance. And so she's at the top of this beautiful staircase. And there's sparklers going on at the bottom of the staircase. And I'm thinking, girl, don't your hair catch on fire? Don't this dress catch on fire? Oh, child, I was nervous. She was nervous too, because it was nervous for her to come down in the dang on dress, because the dress was a big ball gown dress. It was beautiful. She looked really, really pretty. It was olive green, and then it had like this tight black, like bustier around her waistline that singed the waistline. It was pretty. She looked pretty. It did take her a little minutes to come down them stairs, but she made it. And she thanked everyone for being there. And the ball started. Ashley meets Angel for the first time, which is great. So Wendy sits down with Giselle to talk about the dress that Wendy had on. I just told you she had a beautiful ball gown dress on. It was really pretty. Giselle asked Wendy if she was inspired by the dress Giselle wore last season. Giselle, you don't inspire too many people with the way you dress. So get a lot of my face with that. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the dress was cute on Giselle, the one she's referring to, but the dress couldn't have been inspired by that dress, because the dress was short. It was pink. It was, I don't know, just they were totally two different types of dresses. I don't know where she was going with that, but okay, girl. So Wendy told her, no, not really. She also shared with her that it was a two-piece. So what Wendy had on was a two-piece, a skirt and a shirt. And the shirt was, a bustier. It was really cute. It was really pretty. And so at that time, Kay sits down and she says, hey. So Wendy proceeds to tell her. So in that, when Kay sat down is when Wendy proceeded to tell Giselle that it's a two-piece. And so Kay tells Wendy she was being rude. She was like, that's rude. You see me, he's sitting here. And Kay felt like she wasn't being acknowledged, right? And so, like I said, Wendy kept having her conversation. She even says, no, I was already talking to Giselle, and I was just finishing up what I was saying to her. So I don't know what the problem is. So Giselle can feel the tension. So she kind of excuses herself. She's like, you know what? I'll be back. I'll come back. I'll come back. So Giselle excuses herself. So Kay wants to talk to Wendy anyway, and Kay says there's some things that Wendy does in their friendship that is phony. So I put the same energy that they have when they're talking on the phone is not the same energy that Wendy meets Kay with outside. She said it's a complete different energy. Kay brings up that she was gonna be at an event. I told you guys earlier, and what happened was Wendy was speaking at this event. So Wendy didn't tell her that she was speaking at the event. So Wendy's like, well, I didn't share with you that I was speaking at the event because you were sharing with me that you're sponsoring the event. I didn't really want to take away what, your little, what you had going on. I ain't gonna say little, but she was just letting her know, that I wasn't trying to take any shine away from you. Now y'all tell me in the comments, is that taking shine away? Or if you're at an event, I'm not speaking at that event, and if I tell you about it and you went back and said, oh, I'm at the same event, am I gonna be mad about it? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. That just was weird. That's that weird thing that I think Kay is talking about. So Wendy said, I already told y'all that she was like that. She didn't want to take the moment away from Kay. So Kay said, okay. So she said, I'll take that. But now Kay says, now we're at the event. I'm sitting in the audience. You see me, and you ain't even gave me a nod, a head, a wave. Like you didn't even acknowledge that I was sitting in the room, as if you didn't know me, like all the other people that's in the room. And so y'all tell me again, do y'all do that? If you're speaking at a speaking engagement and usually you pick out your friend and you concentrate on that friend and you talk to that friend like right there. At least that's what I do. And I've done that at funerals and everything. Like you go to that one person and you talk to them if you're afraid to talk to everyone, but you always go back to that person. So saying that she didn't acknowledge her, I understand where she's coming from. So anyway, Wendy says, well, so she's in a confession. She's like, so Kay is upset because I didn't wave to her while I'm on stage. She was like, why wouldn't she just say, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. So Wendy feels like Kay was trying to make a moment about her, about Wendy, about Kay. Y'all got that? Wendy literally is saying exactly what we were saying that Kay, why she said that she didn't bring it up to Kay. I didn't bring up that I was speaking at the speaking engagement. At the engagement because I didn't want to take your shine. Now she's saying that, dang, really, Kay? So you want me to stop my shine to say hello to you. Yikes. That's so weird. But anyway, so what do you have? Give a moment. Okay. Oh, so Kay gives her another example. I said, dang, she full of examples. She know what she's doing. So she says they were on a red carpet, and the first thing out of Wendy's mouth when she saw Kay was, she's like, I guess she said hi to her. Let me see if I put hey. She was like, she saw Kay and was like, hey, and then she said, what the heck? Where's my thing? Let me read. Sorry, y'all, hit the like button. Sorry. Okay. She gave her another example where they were on the red carpet, and the first thing that was out of Wendy's mouth when she saw Kay was, hey. Kay said she did not receive. Oh, I deleted. Okay. That's what I'm like, where's what I put? So I must have accidentally deleted. But she said she got out on the red carpet. She was like, hey, to Kay, and it said, did you do your own makeup? Now, that's not funny. It's just that when you say that, that means there's something wrong with the way my makeup looks, or, I think that's the way Kay took it. So Kay said, I did not receive that. And uh, asked, or did she understand? Oh, so then she asked Wendy, she was like, so do you even understand where I'm coming from? Wendy said, honestly, I don't. Because you're reading into a lot of this. It's like you're making it more than what it is. But if that's how you received it, then I'm just gonna have to accept that's how you feel. So Kay feels like she's really her friend. She's in a confession like I'm her friend. I'm trying to get clarity, and she's being dismissive to me. So And y'all already know that Kay already has a hang up about being dismissive in a friendship, because a friendship, a relationship, because with Greg, remember that was her whole hang up with him, that he was dismissive. So she doesn't like that. Okay. So let's be clear. That's not something that Kay is a fan of. Okay. All right. So next scene. Y'all hit the like button for me. Hit that like button. Hit the like button, please. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. We're almost done. Thanks. Giselle, Angel, Stacy, and Ashley are standing together. Ashley met Angel now. Because remember, she had just kind of made her announcement. Sorry, y'all. She had just kind of made her announcement that, that what the second bloom thing was and all this other stuff. So now Angel and Ashley have met. Angel says, Ashley is, well, because Giselle was like, did you guys meet? She was like, yeah, we met, and Ashley is just as sweet as everyone has said. Giselle said, yeah, until you get on her bad side. And then Stacy agrees with her. Ashley says, I'm cool. I'm so cool. I just don't like to be lied to. Ashley says, I mean, so Ashley says, even your breath can be stinking. And so production shows us when Stacy walked up about her burping, right? And so Ashley burped, which means that she probably ate something, and that's probably why her breath was stinking. Because this word they're referring to, that her breath was hot, is when they went and met up at the dress shop, right? So anyway, I think that's why her breath is smelling. I'm trying to give her an out, y'all. I'm trying to give her an out. Anyway, Ashley said she walked. Let me go back. Ashley, are you saying? Oh, okay. So told y'all that. So Stacy says to Ashley, "Are you saying my breath stinks?" Ashley said, "I didn't say you, but I mean, girl, it goes without you having to say that, because you literally started off with what she did, and then you turn around and put her back in the scenario. So she a little airheadish, but not that airheadish, okay?" So Stacy says, "No, I'm just asking. I'm asking." And then she starts blowing her breath into Ashley's face, like twice. And I'm like, oh my God. Giselle said, "Girl, all that bacteria." Stacy looked at her like, "What?" "Yeah, girl, that bacteria." Mind you, Stacy got a whole champagne glass in her hand. She'd been drinking champagne. Alcohol does not make your breath smell good, okay? And the last I checked, the only person I saw chewing gum was Kay. Just saying. Anywho, we get Angel in the confessional saying she don't know what's going on, but Stacy breath definitely met her before Stacy did. Yikes. So Stacy says she wants to talk to Ashley without Giselle because she feels like they tag team when they're together. And she said it in front of Angel. So Giselle got offended and was like, so I'm tell you what Giselle actually said. But so Ashley walked away with Stacy, and Giselle was like, Stacy breath does stink. And then Angel said it was a little tart. I was like, y'all, man, okay. So theme is Stacy breath stink. Okay, all right, we got it. So Stacy pulls Ashley aside. I already told y'all, and she tells her she should really be appreciative that she showed up for her, even though she accused her of things that she knows aren't true. And I'm talking slow like that because Stacy start talking real slow sometimes, and I'm like, what? I mean, I know I'm long-winded, and I know I don't talk fast all the time either until I've been drinking, and I have not today. So, but literally, she be talking slow. So she still she still showed up for her. That's what she tells her. I still showed up for you. Ashley told her something smells fishy. She said, "Girl, something smells fishy with you." And she moved and she moved past it. But she wants to know, why is she hiding anything? Stacy wants to know, why is she so messy? They going back and forth. Okay, they're going back and forth. Ashley says, you have been lying to me since day one. And Stacy said, you have been shady to me since day one. Ashley said, she doesn't feel like she can come to her because you lie. You can lie. You lie, you lie, you lie, you lie. Ashley said, stop lying. Like stop the lying. She said, she says, so what she's saying, stop lying. She's like, why don't you take your size 11 shoe and gallop on? Get up out of here, gallop on. So Stacy best friend, AJ, steps in and he's like, guys, y'all get loud. Y'all getting loud. And you don't want to make a spectacle, right? And so they're trying to calm the ladies down. Ashley says she is sick of it. She's like, I'm so sick of it. She cannot take it no more. Stacy calls her messy. She's like, you're messy, Ashley Darby. AJ asks Ashley, what do you want? What are you asking from Stacy? She says, um, he was like, you just want to see the divorce document? I don't think he said that. I think that's when, because Tia had walked up. Tia or Ashley, I think it was Tia though. She was like, what do you want? You just want to see the divorce document? And Ashley said, yes, Tia. So Tia says, okay, if she can show you the document today, can we all just have a good time today? Stacy says, you know what? I don't handle divorce the way Ashley handled divorce. Ashley says, yeah, we know. Ashley says, it doesn't even work that way. Like literally, you're a grown woman. She's like, you're a grown woman and you misrepresented yourself. She got her finger all up in Stacy's face, like, and you, as a grown woman, misrepresented yourself. She said the thing 4 times. Stacy said, get your hand out of my face, and told her, like literally get your fan out of her face. And so she did, because she was way up here, and she brought it back to herself and came here with it. And so Stacy said, you know what? You're the devil. And that's how they ended that thing. I said, woo, child, y'all. Okay, I like when they come in hot. I like when they argue in the beginning. I do. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like it. I do. I do. I do. I do. I like it. So literally, I like the two new girls, y'all. I like the two new girls. I like the two new girls for separate reasons. They both bring something different to the table. I'm digging that. I also like the fact that Ashley is finally divorced. I think she deserves another round of applause for that one. My God. And that she got $20 million to go with it. That's a beautiful thing for her, because it was a long time coming, and not for nothing, them kids need, and they already know the lifestyle that they have. So yeah, that's cool. So kudos to her for that. And if I rated this season premiere, I would rate this one a 9. I'm missing Karen, but at least we got her in the beginning, getting out, out of prison. You know what I'm saying? So I love that about it. But other than that, y'all, I'm looking forward to this season, and I hope you guys are looking forward to it too. And y'all come rock with me on on my recaps, because we here for the long haul. Okay, we are here for the long haul. Let me get myself on the class for that. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, that will conclude this, you know, this recap and review on Potomac season 10, episode 1, the second bloom. That's what we doing. That's what it was. And again, like the video before you guys step up out of here. Share me with your people. Share me with anybody that's likes reality TV and like to just hear somebody else talk about it, or need somebody else to talk about it, or hear some recaps and reviews and some extra stuff that, you know, they might have not heard or saw, send them my way. I would love for them to become a cutie. And then make sure you subscribe to my channel. You know, if this is your first time here, come on in, put your subscribe, get your subscribe up, and then hit the notification bell button, and make sure that it says all, so that you can get every time I upload something or if I go live. And like I already said, I'm about to be reviewing 4 different shows. So we are here, y'all. We are here. Y'all tell a friend, please, please, please. And again, I hope you guys had a great time. Thank y'all for rocking with me, okay? And I will see you guys in the next review, recap, or whatever it is I'm doing, okay, y'all? Have a good one. Bye, guys. No, bye, cuties.